And welcome back. If you are new around here, then hello, it is lovely to meet you, and if you're returning, thank you very fucking much for coming back. My name is Alana and I'm a 30 something lady living in Scotland who has this YouTube channel to talk about all that kind of beauty, lifestyle, hair care, travel, vloggery bullshit, but with a liberal sprinkling of sarcasm and cynicism thrown in on top. So today, which even though I know in a couple of videos ago my I'm back video, I was like, by the way, I'm on maternity pay, I'm not buying a whole load of shit. By the way, that is your word of warning that I do like to say the words fuck, shite and bugger. Love a sweary word on this channel. It helps when you're Scottish, it's very guttural, it's how you get your emotions out sometimes. So if you're not into that kind of thing, I completely understand. Please feel free to vacate at the moment. But if it does sound like your cup of tea, there's a little subscription button in the corner. So as I said, I wasn't buying anything. But I have to say, these are things that either I've seen really good deals on, companies that I've had my eye on for a while, or things that have been sent to me in PR as well. So I will let you know what those are. I always put annotations on the screen. If anything is PR, I always put it up to let you know. So I've also got something here that I picked up on Amazon Prime. So I've got a hair tool from Babyliss. I've got some stuff from LaraFaye, who have sent me stuff previously in the past. I'd done an elf haul, and I'd done a haul from a company called Pearl Beauty, and I did go in store to Boots and picked up a couple of things there as well, but it wasn't like, I went into Boots with the intention that I had all these points to spend. I've got a good 100 and odd points to spend, and I had a £50 voucher. So I'm gonna go ham, I'm gonna get something really exciting, really cool. And then the Boots that I went into, both of them, I just was a little bit like, I am not wasting all those points or this money in here. I'm going to go to a bigger Boots where it's got some of the luxury beauty in store. I need to kind of get tested for certain foundations and things, or matched for certain foundations. I'm not going to be doing it online, and it's so annoying because the online range is so much better. So even if I do decide to go online, I still want to go and get matched in store at some point. So the Boots haul is pretty small, but all the rest of the stuff, as the title will say, is what I've got. So if that sounds like your cup of tea and you want to watch a little bit of a haul video, grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa, whatever the fuck you like. Do you like my new mug? I'm kind of in love with it. I do love a cat. And a biscuit if you wish. And let's just get into this. My mug, by the way, is from a company called Planet Cat. I'm sure you'll be able to find it. I didn't buy it. It was actually bought for my other half. His mum bought it and said, oh, you know, you needed a new mug, here you go. And he was like, that's never going to last in my company. That's going to end up as Alana's, which it did. So let's start off with the Boots stuff. None of it is like stuff that was like, oh, I really need. But as I say, I went in kind of with the view of, I've got a lot of points to spend, I had a voucher to spend. What did I want? I knew I needed a new toner. I kind of wanted to pick up a couple other little bits and bobs, and this is what I came out with. So I picked up this is the low thermal water from Even. I have spoke about this on my channel for years now, for a very long time. I still have quite a large can. I used to buy the big one over there on my vanity, and once I've used this up, the reason I bought the slightly smaller size was because I don't use it as often as I used to. I used to use this solely as the only kind of facial spray that I used. Now I use, like, I've got the Bioma one on the go at the moment, and the Suarez one for nighttime, which is now my holy grail. That is my favourite nighttime spray. I use it in the daytime as well, but it is just so good, so I always repurchase that now. So for that reason, I thought I'll just buy the smaller size this time. The weather last week, in Scotland anyway, the weather wasn't phenomenal. A lot of people down south were kind of like, oh my god, I'm melting. It was like 40 degrees and there was actual fires, which I know in other countries of the world is quite a regular occurrence. When things get too hot, you get like forest fires, things like that. It doesn't seem to happen here. So the fact that the weather was so warm here in the UK was pretty alarming. But guess what it done in Glasgow? It rained. I think we managed to get 2 nice days and maybe 4 hot or warm days, but even on the warm days it was overcast, it wasn't sun split in the sky stuff, so you know. It's just the way of life. So when it came to that point as well, I was in store and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to pick one of these up because we're also going away to Greece at the end of August, and I thought this might be a good thing to have in my case, especially now with a little one. You want to keep them cool, and I thought it might just be a nice thing to spray in the air, maybe like on him at points when he's sitting around the pool. He probably will only have a nappy on and obviously will be in the shade, but I just thought this might come in useful, so I bought the smaller size, and I do really like this stuff. It's good. I also picked up this as well. This is from Bondi Sands. It is their face SPF. It is an SPF of 50 and it's fragrance free sunscreen mist. The reason I bought this was I was completely influenced by Drew over at Baby Drew U. If you don't follow Drew over on Instagram, I will stick her link below. This is her here. She is an absolute bombshell. She is absolutely gorgeous. She is stunning. And she was talking about in her stories some of her favourite kind of tanning and, not tanning, what am I talking about, SPF mists. And I think she really liked one of the Garnier ones, she liked this one, and there was another one that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'd seen this in store and I thought I want to give this a go because it is one of these things. Recently, again, with the hot weather, I have seen loads and loads of people talking about makeup, how to make it last in this weather, the heat wave, make it last. And I'm like, do you know what, guys? I hate to be like Little Miss fucking party pooper, but you really should be applying your SPF kind of too early. If you are having a day where the sun is split in the sky, your SPF should be 50 and you should be doing it too early. There are certain ways you can do that over the top of makeup, but I'm going to be honest, I am not one of those people who could be arsed with it. I generally on days like that might put a little mascara on, a little bit of lip balm, maybe a lip colour, and that will be me. And maybe even use a lip colour as a cheek and lip colour, and then if it smears off my face, I've got it in my bag and I can kind of reapply it if need to once I've reapplied my SPF. I cannot fucking tell you enough the importance of that. So with everybody being like, oh, this lasted 12 hours today, did it really though, or were you not applying your SPF? Because I would find it very difficult to believe you were putting on your SPF and this makeup lasted that long. Just saying. But what I liked about the idea of this one was that once you've put your SPF on in the morning, so you know, you come out your shower, you do your skincare, put your SPF on, maybe you do put on a little bit of something on the skin, as I say, a little cheap colour, a little bit of pop colour to the lips. You don't need to be doing a full face of makeup. Then you've got this in your handbag, you just give your face a spray every kind of 2 hours. And obviously, I haven't tried it yet, but I think this is probably going to need, it's very mist-like, but it may need patted in. So I'm still claiming that makeup is not going to last for 12 hours on a day like that in heat. It just isn't. But I think this is really quick and easy to use. Round the pool, if you do decide we want to go a walk one day in Greece and I do put on a little bit of makeup, I'm telling you right now, I probably won't. I probably will just have on some mascara, waterproof, either that or I'll maybe get my lashes done before I go. That will be all I will be doing, and I may just apply my SPF. But I thought for here in this country, if we get a warm day, it might be quite useful. And certainly I understood what Drew was saying because she was going to work and she still had to put makeup on. And she said this was really, really useful just to spray over the top without it really kind of moving anything about the place. So I just fancied trying it. I then picked up 2 mascaras. Did I need 2 more mascaras? Absolutely fucking not. I've got more mascaras than I know what to do with. I'm actually considering making a reel about brow stuff and mascara stuff. 2 separate reels obviously, because I have so many products for your brows or for mascara. If you fancy seeing like a battles video of like all the brow products versus each other, all the mascaras versus each other, please comment down below and let me know. But I picked this up. This is from Rimmel. Now I have not bought anything from Rimmel in a long, long time. But you know that way I kept seeing the advert for it and I just thought, that's fucking annoying me. I want to know what the big deal is. So this is the Wonder Volume Thrill Seeker mascara from Rimmel. I'm just opening this here to tell you. So it's just a fibre wand. It's just, you're not seeing it there behind that black pillow. It's like a fibre brush wand. It's not anything fancy. It's not a plasticky one. It just kind of looks like a mascara brush. Maybe a little hourglass shape there. But I will let you know what I think about this once I've tried it. It looks to me like it's supposed to be lengthening and volumizing at the same time, so we shall see. And then this one here, I haven't even taken the plastic off this, hold on. And now this one here, this is one from Maybelline that was in the pink packaging. I'm sure it was like the reverse, like so this writing is pink and the packet's black. It was the reverse of that. and it is the Sky High Lash Sensational. This one, however, is, what makes this one different again? It's like a special black one, cosmic black. So it's meant to be really, really black, I take it. And this is one with a rubberized wand. I had obviously seen the hype around the Sky High, just normal Lash Sensational. I think it went like viral on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I'm kind of old fashioned that way. I'm sorry. Not up to date with the kids. But I then seen it transfer over onto Instagram and seen lots and lots of people talking about it. So I thought, I kind of fancy the more black one. I love a really black mascara. But picked this up and it was £11.90 something. £11.99, let's just say, for a nice round number. And then I was in Savers the other day, which if you don't live in the UK, you maybe don't know what Savers is. But it's like, they do a bit of beauty stuff, they do a bit of cleaning stuff, they do a bit of body wash, they do a bit of medicine as well. It's just a funny little shop. It's like a little pharmaceutical type shop, a little bit like a Tiny Boots. But they don't usually have high-end brands or anything like that. I think they only usually have Rimmel. And then this was sitting at the till, and funnily enough, I needed to go in there because it is the only place that stocks my baby's milk ready-made at the moment. So I obviously buy the tins of milk, but if you want to go out and about, it's really useful to have a little ready-made one. So I popped in to see if they had any on the shelf. That was why I was in there. And this was at the till for £7 odd. Like nearly £3 to £4 difference in price. This was £7.80, something like that in there. And I paid £11.99. How does that work? It's a new product. It used to be things like Savers would get in older products, like stuff that was out. Sometimes you can see Revolution palettes in there that were out like last year and stuff like that. But this is a new product, so how is it that this can be £7 odd in Savers, but it's nearly 12 quid in Boots? A little bit odd. So I picked this up as well, annoyingly so. I also picked up this in Boots, which I haven't even opened this yet either, and it is a mini version of Dandelion Twinkle. I actually really like Dandelion as a blush. It's a little bit nothing, and if you have darker skin tone than me, it probably definitely is going to be a little bit nothing. But if you're a light person like me, it is a very light flush of pink on the cheek, and I think it is rather pretty. I do have Dandelion also in a mini. I never ever buy full sizes in the blushes in Benefit because I do not require them. I'm never going to hit pan in a mini one. Why would I buy a big one? And this is like the highlight version of Dandelion Twinkle. I think they do a few different Dandelion Twinkles now. I could be wrong. If I'm saying that and it's wrong, I am so sorry. But I think they do like a different shade of them now. Maybe like a light one and a deeper one, maybe to accommodate more skin tones, to be fair. But it's just a lovely kind of, I wouldn't even say it is a pink. Can you just see it on my hand there? It's a very soft highlight. It's like a nice soft candlelit glow, and I just fancied trying it because I had seen other people talking about it, and I thought, well, why not pick it up in the mini version then, because as I say, I would never pan a full size. And the last thing that I picked up from Boots is from Versed. I've tried a few Versed products now. Their vitamin C, I want to say it was, I was like, meh, neither here nor there, but they know my kind of thoughts on vitamin C and how I'm very on the fence about it all. I also tried their like rich moisturising cream. It's in an orange pot. I'm sure I've spoke about it on here before. It is in my basket for empties at the moment, but I might pull it out as a bit of a monthly favourites as well because I really enjoyed it, I have to be honest with you. So I've had a bit of a hit and a miss with Versed, so I thought, why not go back and try something else, because I was looking for a toner. Now this one claims that it's an all-in-one toner and it's a hydrating milk. Now I finished up my I'm From Rice toner. I was looking for a new toner. I probably am going to buy the Isntree one, the hyaluronic acid version, because I just think it's going to be something that I'll really love. But as I say, I had points, I had a voucher, blah blah blah. So all this stuff was bought with a voucher. I haven't spent the points yet. And this one says that it's an all-in-one hydrating milk, and what it does is cleanses, tones, and removes makeup. Interesting. I will not be using this as a makeup remover, I have to be honest with you, because I will use either the micellar water that I've got in the bathroom, or I will just clean my face properly. But I did think, you know what, I want to try this because it's got that milk to it. So it separates into two kind of different, like a water and a milky version, and then when you do that, it's all together. And I thought, well, let's give it a bash, because the moisturiser that I tried from Versed, I really enjoyed it. There's no fragrance at all to it, to be honest with you. I will let you know how I get on with this. I am then just going to bring this huge box over because I kind of want to get it out the way. This here, look at this thing. This is like a PR product. It wasn't a PR product, I bought it with my own money. Very, very strange. Look at it all wrapped fancy there. So, this was on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime Day was last week, I don't know, like 14th to 16th or something. My hair straighteners I've had a very, very long time. They are fabulous. They weren't anything fancy. They maybe cost me about £30 to £50 and I probably bought them with Boots points because I like to save up my Boots points and then get something like that with it. And they are kind of on their last legs if I'm honest with it. The plates have got kind of sticky. There's a bit of a residue on them. I've gave them a clean, but they're just not really great anymore. So I decided I needed a new pair of hair straighteners. And as I said, I did have a look in Boots, but nothing really took my fancy. And when I was on Amazon Prime Day, I thought, I'll just have a look. And there was these. And these were apparently, this is what Amazon says anyway, 130 odd quid, discounted down to about 40 odd quid. So I thought, well, why not? And the thing that really sold me with these, I don't know if I can pick them up to show you them, they are cordless. Can you see that there? So it comes with this little case, which is quite nice. And then this is the straighteners. You plug them in to charge them, but they are cordless. Love, absolutely love. But honestly, it was the cordless thing that really sold me on that. So I picked up them as well. I then got a delivery from Elf. Now, I know this will be no shock to anybody. There's probably a million videos up already. But this right here is hot topic at the moment on whether it's TikTok or Instagram. And it is the Halo Glow liquid filter from Elf. What does it look like? What do you think it looks like it's supposed to look like? What is it a dupe of? I wonder. Now, even the swatches online when this was released all looked very, very similar to a certain Miss Tilbury. And I already own the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless filter. So I thought, why not get this and give it a go and compare it to the classic? Why not? And I bought it in the same shade as what the Tilbury one would be, which is light or number 2. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have got it on my face today, and one side is Charlotte Tilbury and one side is Elf. And I don't think, certainly from this camera, from this distance and all that kind of stuff, you are going to be able to tell a difference. But even at close-up inspection, I am very impressed with this. Obviously I did open this parcel and had a wee go with this before I made this video, but I have to say on first impressions, just straight out the box, this is pretty cool. I will do a little video so you can actually see close up and what skin is like and the application of it, all that kind of stuff. Why not? I'm sure there will be a million videos and mine will probably be the last to get up, but I think it's important to just discuss because the price of this is remarkably lower than Miss Tilbury's. I then really wanted to try from Elf their putty blush, but the luminous one. I think I've got a putty blush in Tahiti, but the luminous version, Danessa Myricks had released a new Duet Balm colour, and it kind of like had little, you know how the pink one that I've got, Holy Water, is got a shimmer to it which is pink. And I thought that the one that Danessa had released, the Duet Balm with the kind of shimmery colour, I can't remember the name of it, this might be quite likened to that, but I've seen other people saying that this is much more pigment than that of the Danessa one, and I would have to agree. I've just swatched it on my hand there, but it has a shimmer and a sheen to it as well. I'm just going to blend it out in my hand to see here. Yeah, that's it there. It is a gorgeous colour. That is really, really nice. So that is me just like first time swatching that. I hadn't tried that yet. And the colour is so up my street, it's unbelievable. It is a real juicy orangey pop. I might even just stick a little bit on my cheeks at the moment because why not? I'm not going anywhere, so who cares if I look like a clown. It's always a little bit dangerous to be using your phone camera as your mirror because it kind of dulls the colours down and you think it's alright, and actually it's probably pretty bright. That is beautiful. That is so nice. And even the little pop that I've put on the top of the cheeks there, that is gorgeous. Really, really like that. So that was a good purchase. Glad I picked that up. I did really want to try these. They have in other colours, but this one is Isla de Sol. So that is what I picked. Oh, and I picked up this from Elf as well. This is their brow lift. It's clear, it's transparent, it is just like a lot of other really high-end ones that you know, where you put in the spoolie, you brush up your brows. And as I said, I am going to do a bit of a kind of battle of the brow products, battle of the mascaras, blah 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 type situation. So I did want to give this a go just to see how it fares against some other higher end stuff. And because I picked up those 3 items, I got 2 full, well, I would say this is definitely full size, 2 luxury mini products for free. And this one here is Wholly Hydrating Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. You know how I love a cleansing balm. So I thought I would rather pick that up to see how it is. It's only a tiny little pot. What is the size actually? 13 grams. So I'll see how I go with that, and if it's any good, I'll maybe buy the full size. And this is their Ride or Die Lip Balm, and this is the colour Tough Cookie. I do have the Ride or Die lip balm in mint, which doesn't have a colour, but it's what I use as a bit of a nighttime lip balm. Whereas this one here obviously has a little bit more colour to it. I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand, but it is a very, very heavy lip balm. And that is Tough Cookie there. I think you'll see it. It's a kind of nude, very, very shiny as well. But this is sticky. This is quite a sticky lip balm. In ways that if you were using a lip gloss, you might say, oh god, that's really sticky. But it is a balm. It's very, very nourishing and hydrating, and I do enjoy using it, as I say, the mint one for overnight. That one, maybe I would use like sparingly, even though it's got the colour. I may be more inclined to use it a bit more sparingly because it would feel a little sticky on the lips during the day. But the clear one doesn't bother me at night because I'm wearing it to bed. It also smells really, really good. I then made an order with LaraFaye, and if you know already, and if you don't, I am on their PR list. I do receive PR from them, but when I made this order, they had a deal on that was buy 2 brushes and get 2 free. So buy 1 get 1 free, but you needed to make an order of 2 brushes to get another 2 free, so 2 for 4. And I made an order because it was such a good deal, and I wanted to pick up a few brushes that were my favourites, and I wanted to replenish other ones that I kind of very stupidly done them in myself, because I used one to put sunscreen on and it was just never the same again. My fault. Shouldn't have done it. So I washed it and I washed it and I was just like, shouldn't have done that. So I wanted to replace that brush, and I wanted to pick up some other brushes that I'm going to be doing a giveaway over on Instagram pretty soon. Just a little flash giveaway, just going to be really out of the blue for no good reason, but I've collected a few bits and bobs, and I thought, well, if I'm getting to get 2 for free, I am also going to put them in this little giveaway. But when I received my order, I also had some PR. So just before I tell you about the PR, this is the brushes that I ordered. This is the LaraFaye F13, which is like a kind of powder brush. And I quite like this one for putting on blush, if I'm honest. Powder blush. Not so much a cream blush, but I find it goes on really, really well. I'm really enjoying using this with my Vive blushes, actually, this shape of brush. Can you see there, the shape? I think it's very, very good, so I wanted to get another one of them. But also the one that I ruined was the F04, which is this flat top kabuki style, just amazingness brush. It's one of the best brushes I've ever used in my puff. So when I was ordering the 2 to go in the giveaway, I ordered an F04 to give in the giveaway, and I also ordered an F02. I've not, like, God, just fold it over, sorry. I haven't opened these ones obviously because they're going to be sent to someone. But this one here, I already own 2 of them because they are my favourite brushes for bronzer. It's just so big and fluffy. You can get it all over the décolletage, the shoulders, everywhere, your face. And I like to go ham with bronzer at this time of year. So that is one of my favourite bronzer brushes. So these 2 will be going in the giveaway. And I then received this set from them, which is their new set. And I believe it's called, I'm reading it off the Instagram page, their Velvet Red Luxe Brush Set. With 15 brushes in it, and they've taken months to design this, even, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, but they will message me every now and again being like, do you like this colorway? What is it you like about this shape of brush? What is it you like about that shape of brush? Do you prefer duo fiber? Do you prefer kind of natural hair? Do you like a dark brush or do you like a light brush? You know how like the Spectrum and Katie Jane Hughes ones are all white fiber. So they've asked loads of people, it won't just be me, about these brushes before they made them. They looked into getting like the best materials and all that kind of stuff for their brushes, and also kind of what colorways you like the brush. So it came in this lovely little, sorry my light is on so it's reflecting, but it came in this lovely little kind of handbag, which again, I love this. I have their white one as well, which is a clear one, and I love being able to see what is in here. This is so good. This is probably going to become my new makeup bag, because the other one I use use for brushes because of the shape of it. It's like a kind of long rectangle shape, whereas this one is perfect for actual makeup. And I'm just going to tell you about the brushes in here quickly. I don't know a heck of a lot about them. I've only received them today, or yesterday, I tell a lie. It came in the post yesterday, but you know, it'll be launched by the time this video goes up. And I will tell you about all these brushes. First of all, I'm going to tell you about this one, and this is the F04, which is the one I've just told you about, that I absolutely adore, but it is just in a different colorway. It is exactly the same brush. Can you see it better here? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe you can see it better over this side. So these are exactly the same brush, it's just in a different colorway. As you can see, the colorway on the new brushes is like kind of light with a little dark tip at the top, but it is exactly the same. It is packed exactly the same. It's the same density, it's the same shape, and on it says that it is the F04 red, or R for red. The ferrules on all of these brushes are a kind of lovely pewter colour as well, and I have to say, this collection just, again, I had spoke about one of the brands that I'd worked with before, Artitude Cosmetics, and they made brushes and they were kind of black and red brushes. The colourway of this brush set is just speaking to a little goth heart again. It's so cool. I really love it. I feel like they're a little bit rock and roll, these ones. The shape of this one here, this is the F18, is so interesting. Look at that. Can you see that? It's like just such a different shape. I am not going to go into the ins and outs of these brushes in this video. The only thing I'm going to say as well, just before I kind of sign off from talking about these brushes, it includes this one here, which is the F23, which, if you remember me talking about the blue set from LaraFaye, this is like a miniature version of this. I know shape-wise, maybe they don't look like it, but it's very similar in the way that it's been packed. Mine's is maybe splayed a little bit out, just because I've used it so much, but this one here is just like a slightly dinkier version of this, which is the F10. So just to let you know that as well. But there really are some beautiful shapes in this brush collection. It is amazing. A lot of new kind of eye ones as well, and I feel like a lot of new eye ones that they've given thought to with people who are makeup artists, artistry brushes, because it's not just, you know, here's a crease one and here's a blending one, here's this, here's a packing one. They're all very like similar, but slightly, maybe one isn't as packed as much, one isn't as dense, one is longer slightly. So for people who are artists, they will find lots of different uses for each of these items. And finally, this box here I picked up is from a company called Pearl Beauty. I don't know if people know who Pearl Beauty is. I think they're quite a nice little indie brand. They've got a, like, you know, they're very cute. They're kind of, I want to say they're like indie girl aesthetic. That kind of keep it nice and neutral, skin, all that kind of stuff. Their collection is very succinct and very small, but probably very versatile. Like, you could use the blusher as a lip product, the highlight as a shadow, like lots of different things that you can do to mess about with these. I looked into this company, I want to say back in January, February. My friend Stephanie Swan over on Instagram was working with them at the start of the year, and I was like, oh, Stephanie, that looks right up my street, hen. And she was like, yeah, it probably is right up your street. It's very like cream blush, nice dewy skin, all that kind of stuff. So I had my eye on them for quite some time, and then I seen they released cream bronzers. And I thought, yeah, we're gonna have to buy them. We're gonna have to buy it. So this is the cream bronzer here. Again, I have to say, aesthetically, this brand is very pleasing on the eye. I picked up the shade Light. I think they either have 4 or 6 shades in their bronzer range. So this is number 2. I think they had Fair as well. But as I found before, sometimes for me, the fair shade, or what I could see from the colour on their website, might look a little greyish. Sometimes I need to go that little bit more reddy, russety, darker colour because of the colour of my hair and eyebrows and things like that. If it looks a little greyish, then I look a little dead. I think if you're someone who is fair and also blonde, then maybe the lighter colour, the first colour would be suitable. But this is light. And I still think that is a pretty deep bronzer for being light. I haven't used it yet, haven't even swatched it yet. I am very, very excited to give it a try. The reason I'm not swatching it here just now is because I'm probably going to do a little review with it, so I don't want to ruin the surface of it. I also picked up one of these, which is their, is it Just 2 highlighters, and it is in Sunkissed. Again, only 2 kind of colorways on this, and that is it here. And again, this is a little bit like the Danessa Dew Wet Balm in that I don't think there's going to be loads and loads of colour payoff like the Elf Luminous Blush, that type of thing. I don't think it's going to be super duper colour, but I think it's going to just be absolutely gorgeous right on the tops of the cheeks there, right kind of like, oh, just that dewy, sweaty glow that, you know, I love. Oh, and that shade, I should say, is Sunkissed, which is the lighter of the 2, I think. The other one is a little darker. I thought was maybe for a deeper skin tone than myself. So that is everything that I've picked up recently, even though I said, you know, I'm not going to be going ham. I went a little bit ham, but some of it was on vouchers, some of it, as you can see, has been PR, and some of it I have just had my eye on for ages. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you are all doing really well. Let me know if there's anything in particular you want to know about any of the products that I spoke about today. Everything that I have spoke about today will be linked below. Any codes or anything like that that I have for discount and stuff like that will also be linked below, and it will clearly say whether it is affiliate or not, just so you know. And I think that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.